everybody. So today I want to talk about objective morality. I believe it exists, and today I want to talk about that. So what would objective morality be? Well, I think it's quite simple. I think, of course, many have tried to define it. Maybe philosophers, maybe Aristotle, but it's obviously also found in religion. And I personally am a big fan of Christianity, and so I will point to this and say, in the Bible, is, of course, especially in the New Testament, there have been a lot of laws and Jesus, of course, has preached the gospel and saying how we should live. So this is also something where you can find objective morality, but there are many who would disagree with it and say, okay, there is no objective morality. Well, for me, it's evident in ourselves. If we do certain things, we feel guilty when we do certain things that are bad. So if we steal something, or if we do something we're not proud of, or I don't know, masturbate or something, or if we smoke a cigarette, which when we said we would quit, we might feel some guilt. And I feel like this is an inherent in things, and a thing that's inside us already, which says, which is our moral compass, It literally tells us what is good and bad. And of course there are always exceptions, people who are mentally ill and who don't have this or cannot see this or feel this. But those are exceptions, and those are people that are just ill. And in the average human being, we have this compass, and we can tell when something is good or bad. Because when something is good, we usually, not always, but we usually preach it towards others, But an exception could be something like this, Okay, let's say someone, it's more nuanced. It's not necessarily different or not the same case, but it's more nuanced and complex. So let me give you an example. Let's say a guy attracts a female and they hook up. And he is proud of this and he boasts about it to his fellow friends. You might say, okay, well, he's boasting something, he's proud of something that isn't necessarily a morally good thing, Because I'd say, as I've said before, hookups are not a good thing to be proud of, because you're indulging in pleasure for pleasure's own sake, for yourself. So it's a selfish act. And religions and Stoic philosophy, as the Greeks would have it, would agree with that statement. So why would he feel proud of that? Well, he's proud because he's attracted this female, and that is obviously a virtue. If you're attracted to many people, that usually means you're doing something good, or you're just blessed with good external genetics. But if you're managed to hook up with someone, that's usually enough of an attraction that it has something to be proud of. But the hookup itself is not good. So you could say him being attractive enough to have scored his hookup is a good thing, but having engaged it is bad. So if you would have rejected this person, then that would be something to truly be proud of. So that it's more nuanced, of course, but most things, the average human being has a moral compass and can feel when something is good, something to be proud of, or something is wrong and something to be ashamed of or feel guilt for, which is the same reason why masturbation is not good. It's actually a sin, because it's not something we are going to scream off the rooftops. We're not going to tell this at the dinner table, and many people will argue against this because it's something pleasurable for them, and they don't want to admit that it's a bad thing, because it's difficult for them to abstain from it, and that's okay. But you can admit that it's a bad thing and not be able to abstain from it. But I think we should all be truthful, We should be real about it and not lie and say it's not a bad thing, because that's just nonsense. And many people will say, oh, it's healthy for you. It's not. It's all, this world is prioritizing pleasure over living the good life. And so that's what I wanted to say today. I think there's some objective morality. I think we can feel it when we do something, whether we're proud of it or ashamed of it. It's nuanced, but it's there. And if you try to live morally in a good manner, then you will be much happier. and there's a reason for this. And if you want to figure out what the objective morality is, study philosophy, study religion. I'd recommend Stoic philosophy and Christianity, the New Testament. But you can figure it out yourself. You can obviously read fiction as well. There's lots to be gained from that. I'd recommend the classics. But yeah, you can figure it out. And I believe it will make your life better and more fulfilling if you try to live righteously. So that's what I wanted to say today. Have a great day and see you.